evening, Maya, and hello, everybody. How's it going today? I have decided to doll myself up because right after this, I have to take my dog for a walk, and then I'm going out with the Warmistress to do more birthday celebrations with him, so I have a busy day. And then later tonight, I have my tabletop simulator game, which is game 1 of a tournament. I'm looking pretty good. We had to end off at the end of turn 3, so we're gonna roll for priority going into turn 4. And I'm feeling pretty good. I had a really good turn 3 with the double turn. So I still have a lot of stuff left, and I'm excited to get it done. I don't like leaving things unfinished, so we're gonna finish that up tonight. Yes, Maya Rose, you're a moderator. Of course you are. So, this is where I got to off stream. I did the metallics. I painted the white. Oh god, this thing. I painted the white on here. I broke his arm off and tried to re-glue it. I'm not sure I'm gonna fix that because it's still really flimsy. Yeah, I'm not sure how I'm going to fix that. But what we're going to do today is we are going to try to figure out what to do with this spooky fire. So I have two options. The first one is to go like super extra with some really sort of bright fluorescent pink. So that's the first option. And then the second option is going to be the same color as his spooky skin. So I don't know which one to try first. I kind of want to do this one first. So I'm just going to go ahead and do that. So let's just dive in. So I'm going to take the first layer. So I'm going to do one side in one, and then I'm going to do the other side in the other color. So I'm going to go in with Untitled Gray, which is like basically white. The power! Yes! So, Untitled Gray, I actually really like this color because it's like off-white. And I'm going to do mostly this color. And it's going to be quite thin, all of these layers. So, let's start off with this. I'm going to do this side. And I'm going to basically do like reverse shading. So, I'm going to leave the recesses in the brightest white. And I'm going to paint this Untitled Gray on more of the higher points. Man, I did eat before the stream, so proud of myself, but my tummy is really noisy and grumbly, so there's that. I'm not going to do a super good job because I'm not sure which color I'm going to like better, so I'm just going to slap it on and kind of go from there. I just remembered I need to put a photo in the Discord. Ooh. I really enjoyed seeing all of your photos from the UK Game Expo. That was super cool to see. And I know this white is blown out. I tried really hard to like make it less blown out, but I don't know. For some reason, the OBS streaming software is just like not vibing with me, I guess, with this one camera. I'm actually thinking about getting a 4K camera at some point, because that might help show more details. Might help with like seeing more with less light. But that's a $400 purchase that I don't have $400 right now, so we'll see. But I am thinking about it. Think about getting a Brio. But not for my face, because I don't want you to see like all of my pores and my acne and my wrinkles and stuff. So that this camera for face will like stay the same. But the Brio will be for the top down if I end up getting one. I might just like save up all of my Patreon money until I have enough for a Brio and then buy the Brio. That could be what I end up doing. I was gonna use the money to travel to tournaments and things, but I'm not sure. Like, I don't know. There's still like a bunch of uncertainty in the world with traveling and stuff, so I don't really want to travel outside of Canada for the time being. So I might just save that money and buy a better camera. I might ask the patrons what they would rather see. Okay, that feels pretty good for the first layer. All my weekend loot. Ooh, I actually do like seeing all the cool stuff that people pick up at different events and stuff. Okay, so the next color that I'm going to go on with, and this is like the opposite way that I'm going to do the skin, pretty much, of the dude. I mean, skin, as much as spoopy ghosts can have skin. So the next layer I'm going to put on is Fenrissian Gray. And I'm going to do even less of this, so I don't need that much in the palette. Oh, this like broken arm is so disappointing. I tried super glue, I tried plastic glue, I've tried everything. I'm gonna have to just like make the most of it, I think. Well, I'm scared it's gonna break off. So now I'm just gonna go on with this, and it's gonna be even less that I'm putting on. Are you painting anything today, Maya? Or are you still unpacking? So with this, I'm just trying to get more of the upper bits, because I want it to look like it's glowing from the inside. Like it's magique. God, I wish this wasn't so blown out. Maybe if I turn down the exposure on this one. Let's see. Girls have been painting more orcs and Tyranids. I love that they both picked horde armies. Amazing. Let me see if I turn this down. Oh yeah, now you can see. Yay! Okay, apply. You guys can see what I'm doing now. Yeah, I love that they both picked like horde armies. Oh, come on and focus. Ish. I'm still having this issue with this autofocus. It might autofocus even worse now that I turned the exposure down, but we'll see. If it's really bugging people in the chat, let me know and I can turn it back. This color I find, so I'm basically glazing it on, but I find it gets a little darker when it dries, so I tend to want to let this dry before adding more layers on. And the other thing with this army is I want to make sure that I am painting it quickly. I don't want to spend too much time on it, so... If I start, like, mucking around with it too much, I gotta remind myself, just get it done! I've been fighting with white, trying to figure out how I want to do it. It's hard. If I had to do an entire army of white, I think I would just, like, prime it. Hello, ER910. How's it going? I cried when they did. I have to build so much stuff. Ugh. I mean, my orcs are pretty simple. Like, normally you just, like, stick the arms on, and then they're done, because they're all third party, but, yeah. GW orcs now are a little bit more work to put together. Hey, Dice Tactics, how's it going? And Rob, good afternoon. I hope that you all are well. Okay. I think we're starting to get the idea of what we're doing on this little guy. I'm just building up the coverage, and I'm not doing a super good job because I need to get the other color on as well to see which I like better. So just sort of slapping it on there. And it's going to be harder to do the pink, I think, because it's a fluoro paint, so it's going to be it's going to need to be glazed, like, hardcore. Okay, next color that I'm going to go on with is Russ Gray. I'm doing white tau and just cannot figure out a good method for doing it. Probably just going to fall back on contrast. My husband has been doing white on his Space Marines, and he was pin washing, so basically just, like, priming it. It's a color very similar to this, but it's a Vallejo spray. So he was, like, priming it a color like this, and then pin washing it, and then I think he edge highlighted, like, bright white, and it looked really, really good. But yeah, he totally rattle canned it, because he's like, I'm not gonna, like, brush paint white, and I was like, I respect that. I respect that. Okay. So, and then here we're gonna do more of this, this darker blue-gray on the outside and, like, sort of less going in. And again, these colors tend to darken up as they dry, so I need to make sure that I'm waiting until it's dry. Oh my god, this stupid camera. Let me see here. Maybe I can turn off autofocus on it. Let's see. I think that's as good as it's gonna get. I tried to do the Warhammer Plus method, but really struggling with pin washing and glazing. I can't pin wash, like, to save my life at all, but he's been doing really good with it. I mean, you can maybe send him a message, Maya, and see if he can help you out with it, because his stuff looks really good. I think you can see his dreadnoughts on his Instagram, if you want to see what they ended up looking like. But yeah, I can't really offer too much help there, because I'm not good at pin washing. I don't have the patience for it. Okay. I'm gonna call it there and start working on the other side just because I want to see what the pink looks like. Actually, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna paint the arms. Oh, pray for me, fam. This arm is so broken. It's so broken. Oh, I have anxiety painting this. I was also thinking, like, my Nighthaunt, I'm gonna have to come up with some sort of magnetized option for transporting them around because they are so fragile. So fragile. Like, I am so afraid that this is gonna break off. Like, in transit, it's for sure gonna break off because, like, I feel like it's gonna break off with me painting it. If anybody has any, like, really good tutorials on making magnetized transport, send me a direct message because I need to figure out something. Yeah, I just broke it. Y'all, I just broke it. Yep. Bummer. Well, that sucks. I will put the base coat on here and I'll paint the other arm, but damn, how am I gonna glue that back on? I might have to, like, get some green stuff and, like, green stuff it back on. Bummer. I don't think I've heard the term pin washing before. I've got a rabbit hole to dive down to learn about now. Yeah, it's basically just like taking a pin or some really fine brush and just placing the wash very carefully in the recesses. It's a very cool technique, and I think it takes a little bit of practice in getting the consistency of your paint if you're using paint. Some people like to use there's a Vallejo. Aw, thank you, Nikolai. There's like a there's like a product. I think it was Vallejo that makes it. And oh no, it's not. It's Tamiya. Tamiya makes it. And some people like to use that to do it. I do not know what it's called because I don't use it, but I know it comes in like a little jar. It's got a fine brush, and some people really like to use that. Too thin for me. Yeah, they're very, very spindly. I'm gonna have to figure out some way to transport them because, as you saw, I broke that off while I was painting it last time, and then I tried to glue it back on. I was unsuccessful, apparently. So, what a piss off. What a piss off. I can show you how I magnetized my sisters. Sure, like, did you just bring them around on a tray? Like, I can do the magnets. I have magnets to do it. But yeah, I need to figure out the actual medium to transport them. You know, I don't think, like, I think it'd probably just have to be a tray, honestly. Because they're so spindly. Duncan Rhodes has a good magnetized transport tutorial. Is it like, so I've seen the things where it's like trays that slide into a thing. I do not want to do that because I feel like if the model is too tall, because some of them are tall, if I slid it into something, I feel like I would just, like this guy, I would just knock his lantern right off. I bought Sterilite stackable. No stacking. No stacking. I do not want stackable. I I just want like a tray. But like, will a cookie sheet work? Like, will magnets reliably stick to that? Will they slide around? Because like, I've had magnetic movement trays and they're not reliable enough. If that makes sense. Like, the models still sort of slide around on the movement trays. Like, I need something that rare earth magnets are gonna like stick to and then like not go anywhere. Do you have the really useful brand of boxes in Canada? Yes, and that's what I actually transport my guard in. It's the really useful boxes. I've made foam trays for inside of them for my guard, but these are not going to do foam trays well at all. Like, at all. Okay. So I'm going to paint this guy's little arm so that we can sort of see what it'll look like with the different colors. We can see what we like best. So, one spindly arm shouldn't take that long. I'll send you a pic on Discord. Yes, please. Get a sheet and glue that in the bottom of the boxes. Is there like a specific type of sheet metal that I can get that will make them like super magnetically stick to the sheet? Like, I know I could probably like Google search magnets. That'll take me down a rabbit hole though, because I'm a nerd, and it'll be like, oh, this is science, this is fascinating. And then I'll forget what I originally went to search for. It'll be so funny. Because it happens a lot. Okay, I'm happy with that. So now I'm going to go in with that Ulthuan Gray again and just pick out like a few little highlights. $2mm thick steel. Okay. There's a 12-inch by 12-inch metal sheet section at the end of one of the aisles. Interesting. I actually hate Home Depot. I had to go in there because the Warmistress, I wanted to get him an electric screwdriver for his birthday. See, he does remote control cars. Like, that's his other really expensive, life-consuming hobby. And he was like driving in these like really long screws for some reason into his Max, and I was like, man, he needs an electric screwdriver. So I went to go find one, and like literally I get ignored every time I'm in there. Not sure why. The other store I went to first, they looked at me like I was an alien. Like, what is an electric screwdriver? They're like, what about this? I'm like, no, that is not an electric screwdriver. That is a 1/4-inch hex impact. I don't need that. totally put too much of this Ulthuan Gray on here, so I'm gonna try and paint back some shadows by glazing the Russ Gray back on. We'll let that dry before I decide if I need to do more fixing. Sorry I'm late. I've been stuck in sales meetings for altogether too long. Sales meeting sounds really not fun. But I'm glad you're here now, Xanthiades. Thank you. I'm so glad you could make it. Don't use the self-adhesive magnetized sheets. They're terrible. Okay. I took my magnets with me and just Oh. Very smart. You just picked the one that was like the best stick. I like it. I like it. Again, I placed too much of this Ulthuan. Apparently, I'm really into it. I'm really into this really light gray. Okay, I'm gonna call that good enough for what we need. Okay, so that's one side. Now I'm gonna try the pink on the other and see how we feel about the pink. I have an actual lunch break at work and join in for a bit. Nice. Thank you so much for joining in. Minnie looks fantastic. Thanks. I just broke his arm off, so he's supposed to have a sword down here. I'm gonna have to somehow figure out how to glue this back onto this incredibly tiny little wrist. Wish me luck. I'm gonna do that off camera though, so that you guys don't have to listen to all of my cursing. Okay, so now I'm gonna start glazing on this Mecha Color Magenta Fluorescent. I imagine that this is going to be a really slow build-up process because these fluoro colors are very hard to work with. Hey, it kind of matches my pants, y'all. Neat. Since I'm mostly here as backup if technical operations questions come up. Aww. On the upside, I can eat lunch while I'm sitting here on mute. Nice. Love it. Okay, so these have a little bit of a waterier consistency because these are made for dry brush. And I've not used this one. I've used a different one of these before. Two of them, actually. So, I know they can be a little tricky sometimes. So, let's see in real time if I can figure out how to make this color work. So, let's see how pigmented it is with no water. Okay, let's just go in with the straight paint because it looks super watery. I might do a little bit more water in here just to slowly build it up. And I'm going to be dragging this bead of paint down here because I want like more pigment built up at the end rather than at the lantern. So I'm just going to grab the like top edges and then I'm going to water it down some more and then work it into some of the deeper portions. And then whichever side I don't end up liking, I'm going to repaint that white and do it the side we just decide to go with, so. Okay, so I'm going to water this down even more. And just sort of work it a little bit into, man, is this actually kind of pigmented? A little bit shook. A little bit shook. That happens on literally every one of this particular Nighthaunt hero model. Oh, bummer. I had one from my Soul Wars box and it broke in the same place. So sad. Hey Tom, how's it going? So we've got blue. Now we're gonna do pink. Okay, so now I'm gonna start layering on this pink to start building it up. And fluoros are just like a pain. And I use fluoros as like top highlights quite often on my orc skin. So I'm kind of used to how finicky they can be. The coverage is usually pretty bad on these. I know people see the really bright colors and they think, oh man, that would be so cool, and they try to use it as a base coat, and they don't like that. They do not like being a base coat at all. And then I want more of the pink down at the bottom. The Warmistress and I had a game of Age of Sigmar. I played my Ogre list that I'm going to be bringing to the tournament next weekend. And it's so funny. Like, so I've mostly been playing the missions out of the General's Handbook, the pitched battles. And I really, really like them. But for this tournament, they want us to use the missions out of the rulebook. And like every time I do practice games, I'm like, this is not as good. These battle tactics are not as good. There's just way too many, like, kill an enemy secondaries, and some factions struggle to do that. I mean, my list it can be very killy, but yeah, it's gonna be interesting also to play with people who like want to win. I'm not saying that the people in my local don't want to win, but like, it's just different at a tournament. It's different at the tournament. You inspire me to get off my backside and paint now. Oh, yay! I enjoy painting. It's like my zen time. I was painting alongside for a bit too. Nice. Sorry, that's my big ass dog. My husband's just getting back from the store. His mom is visiting, so that's why we're gonna go out after this. And we're gonna go do some fun family stuff. Pretty excited. Like, I'm not gonna lie, y'all. I feel like I won the in-law lottery. Like, she's an angel. Okay. Oh, these fluoros are so hard to get even coverage on. That was the first time that my dog has ever, like, woo-wooed. So he's Aw, thank you, Dice Tactics. I appreciate that. My dog is half German Shepherd and half Husky, but he's, like, mentally mostly Husky. So I was like, oh man, I got the worst guard dog ever, but there's hope for him. He woo-wooed when the door opened. There's hope for him. I don't want him to be like a scary guard dog. I just would like him to bark a little bit. Woo-woo when there's people at the door. Because the area that I live in is like not the safest. And last year, might have been the year before, I was at home alone and somebody like tried the door. Like they tried the handle of the door and I was like, excuse me, what the heck? So if he acts as like a deterrent for would-be thieves or whatever, criminals, then that would be great. Just with a little woo-woo, you know? But he's just so sweet. Like, he just loves everybody. It's the worst guard dog ever. But maybe there's hope. There's hope for him. Okay, with fluoro paints, like, the longer that you spend building up the color, the better it looks. So you just kind of have to be, like, a little bit patient with it. I thought that there would be a clear winner, y'all, but, like, that looks good. But then you turn it this way and you're like, yeah, damn, that looks good too. You know, after many rough years with my mother-in-law, I don't think I would imagine that we would be in a better place than we are now. Aw, Tom. You know, you hear, like, horror stories of other people having, like, the in-laws from hell, and whenever I hear that, I'm like, I feel #blessed, for sure. I hope that doesn't happen again. I hope it doesn't happen again either, but, I mean, it's sort of par for the course with where I live, so I don't even live in the worst area of town. There's, like, a drive-by shooting, and, like, in Canada, that never happens. That was, like, down in another area of town that I almost bought a house in. Almost bought a house there. Y'all, I feel like this happens every time I can't decide on a paint scheme and then I paint both. I'm like, but they both look good. Hey, Scary, how's it going? Y'all, like, that looks good. That also looks good. Spooky Ghost looks amazing. Thanks, Scary. I broke his arm off. So I'm just gonna try and figure out how to reattach it. That looks good. That looks good too. Lucas sounds huge. He's huge. He is going to be 7 months old tomorrow. He is, I would imagine, so like I can lift 50 pounds pretty easy, and I gave him a bath yesterday and he's like, he's more than 50 pounds. He's probably like 60 pounds now. He's 7 months old. He's a big brute of a dog, but he's so sweet. Let me throw a little bit of, I'm gonna throw a little bit of this Warlord purple on just like the highest areas, and then we'll see what that looks like, and then you guys will have to help me decide, because that looks good. That also looks good. Just about to start my workday. Are you filming today, Scary? What are you doing? What does your workday look like? I want to know. Tell the audience, what are you working on? So far, the light blue side. Hey, Dim, how's it going? What's up? I'm trying to decide. I got one more layer to do on this spooky magical fire. I need to decide if I like this. I vote for pink. Of course you do, Scary, because it's Warlord purple. It's your favorite color ever. It's going to be either pink or blue. Pink or blue. But I got one more layer to do on the pink before we make our final decision. We were looking at puppies today. Oh, Tom, you looking at puppies? Tell me all about it. You know that I adore dogs. They're the best people. So tell me. Tell me about puppies. Did you take pictures? Did you take pictures? I mean, the blue side makes it feel like it's made of the same stuff as the arm, right? Which is like kind of what I was going for. The purple pink side makes it feel like a different supernatural fire bit, which was also what I was going for. So both sides are pulling off like the feels that I'm going for. So that's good. A few live streams and some calls. Okay. Doing some Art of War stuff, maybe? Maybe. Enjoy your live stream, Scary. I appreciate it. It looks great. I think I like the pink. Right? Like, even the chat is, like, split down the middle. Like, this looks more, I think this looks more like my original version, like my original vision of making it look like the album art. Maybe I should pull up the album art. Maybe I could do that. Okay, let's see. Image. Do I not have it in here? Image 2. Okay. Let me see if I can find it. It would be under my downloads. Because here is the inspo. Open. Okay. So here's the inspo. I can't really make it bigger because it's just a very small kind of picture. So that's the inspo. Okay. So I think that looks more like the inspo, if you know what I'm saying. But damn, that looks good too. I feel like this would be the style that I normally do, right? Like really bright colors, kind of like what I'm known for. Like maybe I should branch out and do something I'm less known for, which would be this. I prefer the blue with the red. You guys are just literally split down the middle. What the heck? This is not helping. Okay, let's try and throw a little bit of this darker blue on, or this darker pink on, and see if we can get a little bit more depth in the pink. Again, I want more of this darker pink to be near the end, like out here. And again, just glazing it on, so it's going to take a while to build up that color where I want it. It does look more like the inspiration, right? Like that looks more like the inspiration. Is more the inspo. Pink, what are we voting on? Of course you're gonna vote pink. Let me keep glazing this on. Y'all argue amongst yourself. I mean, talk amongst yourselves while I do this. And again, I really want this to be something that I could do fast. I do think that the blue, I think, would be faster. The pink looks pretty cool. What are we voting? I was getting the kids bait. Pink for me, I feel like it's more visually interesting, right? But this is the inspo. Literally, I can't decide. Every time I do this, because I'm like, you know what, one's going to be a clear winner. I'm going to really like one a lot more than the other. So every time I do this, it's never that way. There's never one that I'm like, yeah, that's the clear winner right there. It's kind of annoying, actually. It's kind of annoying. It's easy, though, have one of each color, then they go with each unit. Oh, but I like it to be super cohesive on the table. Hmm. Want more of this darker pink down at the end. Hmm. Mm-hmm. Hard call. The pink is taking longer, which the whole point of this army was to get it, like, painted quickly. So maybe that will be the deciding factor. Right? Because I've got, like, a bunch of these little Grablies that I'm gonna have to do. The Greebles. But the banner bearer feature unit, right? No, this is not a banner bearer. This is a... Oh, you mean like make the banner bearer match? There's not really banner bearers in the units that these guys are gonna go with. So these guys, the list that I'm playing with now has two of these. They have a spell that they can bring models back. So if the spell goes off, it's D6 models. It's like pretty good. Oh, they also have a Holy Within -1, +1 to wound, +1 to wound. So they are going with my Bladegeist Revenants, which are like the main damage dealers in my list. And Bladegeists don't have banner bearers. They are all elite. So, and really, like, they don't need help. They don't need help with anything extra. They're good. Tom has a point. If you change the color for each unit, could work well. Yeah, but there's nothing really that would be this color on the unit. Like, the units themselves are just like the red bed sheets, the metallic, and then their arms will be like the spooky blue that I've painted his arm. I gotta get back to work. Keep killing it. Thanks, Dim. Have a great day at work. Well, this is kind of upsetting. I thought for sure there would be like a clear winner. Damn, they both look good. This definitely looks like more like the inspiration. I feel like I should stay true to the inspiration. Also, I can paint this faster. Make one unit's arms blue and the other's pink. But the No, I don't want to make their arms pink. Like, I feel like this pink took twice as long as this blue plus the arm. Because, like, I do want to get these done super fast. I like vibrant colors in my armies, but the more I look at them both, the more I like the blue. I like vibrant colors too, and I feel like most of my armies are vibrant colors, and maybe this is like the opportunity to like not do vibrant colors, you know? And like in terms of the story, like you guys nailed it. With this one, I wanted it to look like they are also the magic, like they are also the death magic of their spoopy magical lanterns and stuff like that. But with this one, I also wanted it to seem like otherworldly kind of, and you guys nailed it. Like both of them. Fly the trans flame. Yeah, just keep one side blue and one side pink. You guys, why is this so hard? I don't know. I'm kind of like, I'm like 55% on the side of the blue, the gray blue, and like 45% on the side of the pink. Y'all. Shook. Yee. Hey, Robbie, how's it going? Nagash says trans rights. Nagash does say trans rights. Could I do pink on the edges? Like, on the edges of this? Maybe? We could try a little bit. Let's try. Let's take... I need a little bit more. I'm helping! Okay, let's throw a little bit of pink on the end of these flames on this side, and we'll see what that looks like. It might like completely change the color though, but let's see. Let's see here. Kind of just looks purple. Yeah, it kind of just looks like kind of purple. You slowly build up some of this color. I don't think any of the blue would show through if I did that. New guard day. Yeah. I haven't looked at it yet. Like I said, I'm kind of not feeling 40k. Don't know if I will buy in to the guard stuff. There's a corgi playdate happening outside. Oh, their little legs! I have a painting question. Salamander's character cloak. Deep dark red or black? I would do the inside of it black and maybe the outside of it dark red. Yeah. For sure not adding the pink on. I don't think that the pink... It looks better just with the blue, I think. If you're open to other options, yellow. I'm not really open to other options. I played around with my color app, because I have a color app that I use, and these were like the two colors that I definitely was drawn to. I tried orange, I tried a different shade of red, I tried the blue, I tried pink, I tried like green, which looked super tacky. Does this pink fight with the red a little bit, though? I feel like I'm like at 60% on the blue. I'm like slowly coming around to the blue being like the way to go. I think I would go black for salamander cape. It depends. Are you doing like the salamander shoulder pads with like the flames and stuff on it? And can you see that? Because if you can see that, then I would do black. If you can't see that, I might do red. On the inside. On the outside, do whatever you want. After my Night Lords are done, might even look at guard, but will feel dirty for doing it. There should be like trader guard options. Like you could play guard as trader guard, then they could like go with your Night Lords. Mark of Corn. Hey Mark, how's it going? That pink is a great color. It's pretty cool, right? But the blue pops way more. Yeah, I think in terms of like the story I want to tell with this army, I think that the blue works better. I'd say it fights a little, right? Like I'm starting to feel like it fights a little. But like this just seems really cohesive. Obviously not the pink that I threw on the end there. But it looks like super cohesive. It was faster, which is also like going to be a huge thing for me. So it was faster. It doesn't fight with the red. It allows the red to be the thing that shines. It goes like with my vision, which is that album artwork, goes with the vision more than this. I think we've decided. We're gonna do the blue. If you were doing black cloaks, I think the pink would be fire. Yeah. Right? I want the red to be like the standout color, right? I really want to do Trader Guard. Zan, you should do it. Blue's a nice contrasting color against the red. I would say the pink conflicts with the red. Yep. Yo, we did it. This is what we're gonna do. This side wins. This side does still look pretty cool, but this side wins. We're gonna do it. But yeah, I do agree. I think if the cloaks were black, I think that the pink would be like amazing. The only thing is that there's not a lot of this kind of spooky, like ethereal stuff on the battle line units. So I think this way everything will look super cohesive. Blue is the better spot color. Yep. We've decided. We did it. Cool. Now I gotta figure out how to stick this hand back on. If anybody has any suggestions, let me know. I did try Tamiya Ultra Thin Cement on it, and it didn't work. So I might try a cyanoacrylate glue and see if that creates a stronger bond for it. I might just hand it to the Warmister and say, can you please fix this for me? I love you. I will make you a pie. We might do that. We'll see what he says. He's like, I mean, he's been wargaming for like 30 years, so, and he's painting Kragnos right now, and it looks amazing. It's like yellow and blue, and I know that sounds crazy, but it looks fantastic. I cannot wait for you all to see when it's done. If you do not follow my husband on Instagram, I highly recommend, because he is an amazing painter. All right. Cool. Yeah, I'm gonna ask him for his advice too on this, because frig, so frustrating. Have you roughed up the edges before applying glue? I did try, but like the edges are so small that I feel like I would do more damage. Like that little bit right there. That's the bit that I gotta stick onto another bit that size. It's not really that much to rough up, if you know what I mean. I like pie. I like pie too. I made him a lemon pie for his birthday, part of his birthday. So, on behalf of the Warmister, I vote pie, right? Like, if he wants another pie, he's got to figure out how to get this to stick, right? I feel like that's a good trade. Yeah. Anyway, that is my time. Thank you so much for helping me figure this out. This was really, really fun to do this ethereal flame on the stream today. If you like what I do and you want to join the Patreon Discord, just go on and click on through to that Patreon link. It'll be in the description down below. Or look there. It just popped up in the chat. We would love to have you. It's just a really fun little community where we share our lives and support one another, and everybody is welcome. What else? So this weekend coming, I'm not sure if I'm going to do a stream next week because I'm just going to be coming back from a really long car ride for a tournament, and I might just be really sore and tired. I have arthritis, so all day gaming is very hard on my body. So I might need a break, but I might decide to stream. I'm going to decide on the Sunday before, sort of take a rest, take a breather, take a little physical inventory and decide from there. Make sure to join us on Thursday and Friday over on Scarredcast's channel because we do Just Put Paint on It, which is a hobby stream where we do more of this and we talk to really great guests, and we'd love to have you there. And then Saturday, I'm not going to be here, but Forge the Narrative podcast, I will be back this one coming up on next Saturday. So make sure to check that out. I'm sure I'll be sassy AF. That's kind of what I do. And let's just get caught up on the chat real quick. My wife and I had wedding pie instead of cake. Zan, I also had wedding pie instead of cake because pie is the bomb. That's it for this stream today, everybody. I appreciate each and every one of you taking the time to hang out with me as I sort of verbal diarrhea my way through another painting session. And yeah, until next time, make sure that you be nice while rolling dice. Thank you so much, everybody. Bye-bye.